Good day! The Philippine Native Chicken is owned and managed by the College of Agriculture, Resources, and Environmental Sciences here in Central Philippine University, Haro, Iloilo City, Philippines. These video clips were the outputs of previous seminars conducted here in CPU. We make this available to answer the overwhelming request for the conduct of seminars in commercial production of Philippine Native Chicken. However, due to the present pandemic, our scheduled seminars are cancelled. We opted to post these short videos. We are extending our sincere apologies for the medium of language we are using during the lectures dahil gaynon. Hence, English subtitles are written for easy understanding of those who don't understand our native language. If you have questions or queries about the topic presented, please don't hesitate to write it below. We will answer it to the best that we could. If you found our videos informative, please subscribe, follow, and or like our page. You may also share these videos with those whom you knew we can be of help. Thank you and keep safe always.
In terms of the housing, ang sa amon, we're using what they call the, this one, no, ang charcoal pit wood heater namon, we're using what they call the collapsible housing. Ang collapsible housing, that is made up of GI pipes. Daw pala pariyosin sa unang design namon. Ang plastic, doon na yung plastic, this is a UV film. Tapos ang maangining area, this is about mga 3 by 4 meters. Both na balon, ang iya width is 3 meters, ang iya length is 4 meters. Anong purpose na? It is for what they call the access to natural daylight. Balo ka mag-isa, okay man ko, brasan dako-dako, malig. Ang problema naton perme is the cost of disinfectant. Amon ako nga, ang housing, ang design sa housing, obra namon, magagmay na ya. Kaya nga, that is one way, kaya nga, ang pinaka-nami nga disinfectant is natural daylight. Pag birthday kay net, naggaling ni manok, mikrobyo pa. Galing, sa sulod sila may kurtina na. Kaya kung may kurtina na, kamag init ka na, birthday kay net sulod. Biskan ako, ikwanta mo. Di ko mikrobyo pa yan, kagwanta siya na. Amo na ko nga, kung may ganit manok, i-open mo siya para nga ang init halin sa adlaw, makapenetrate inside. No? And then, ang purpose na is for the ease in cleaning and movement inside the housing. Otherwise, karon kon ang sulod sa housing naton mabudlay sa limpyuhan karon, kamubudlay magulag-gulag sulod, ayawan kay mo sa karon. Important that the design of the housing by itself, it should be for the easy movement. Litter material. Daw atakihon kami sang kuraysa, libugulo ko paano top na all mo. Kuraysa. Ang ginobra, ang liter material na banging kuwa. Namo ang purpose ng liter material na bangan na iya. Ngayon kaso pa kaso may infection ang obrahon, kuwaon. So, amon na ko nga ang isa ka consideration natin is that is in movement sa sulod mismo. And free flow of air. Pag ang sulod sa housing nyo, no, it will be contaminated, ang hangin na contaminated, ang problema na doon sinadra karon, ang occurrence of infection. Amo na isa karason ko nga ang dingding niya that is made of a net. Kaya nga, hangin rin yung problema mo. Gwa sulod hangin mo, pasakaom ng kortina yan, duga-dugay sila, hangin sila, kung dalok mas kusagwa na, amo mo na sulod mo. Primero, ang amon nga brother guard, ang palibot ni Blau. Sulod ka that is called as what they call the brother guard. Hindi mo dapat nga mo di pagbutangan sa brother guard. Ang iya sining dimension, ang iya diameter gali sini, paalin din pakadto dire, is more than 2 meters. Mga 2.5 meters ni. Ang diameter diri Sa una, ang wala ning butana mo no. That is the use GI sheet. Ang purpose ng brother guard is to prevent the chicks from walking away sa source ng heat. Otherwise, kung magpalayo ka sa dere, ang maging problema mo later on, ang init. Ang init. Na mag-isa lingaw to sa layo, tapos ang init, diri karon layo man saya, ang problema sina, dasig sa sudlon sang brother pneumonia. So, dapat may rahagid border guard. Ang problema karon kay pag-develop niya after 1 week o 10 days, develop na pakpak niya, ay dugay-dugay, lang lupad siya. Oo. Ang mga sa una nga ginagawa na mo, gapanipon pa kami diri sa manok skilid, piso. Kaya nga, gaawa siya mo. Tunto ka ha. Ang problema magkaroon, pag nagsaylo sa piyak, kag ang piyak karoon may infection, tapos, affected yun siya. So, one way on how to prevent, na makaplagyo sila, ginabutan nga namon sa what they call the extension sa border guard niya. Ang pag-extension sa border guard, na you can use even the knitted, tawagan na siya ay nang dahon na sang lubing na, imomosuidap, kag ipalibot diri, pili mo na magamit, kung ay ka na gid. Ang ibang braso dyan ko isa, siling niya sir, daw mo budlay mag-extend out, butangan niya sa skin, babaw ya. No, para nga hindi mag-awas ang manok. It's a matter on how you will do it. Whereby, ang piso nga hindi magsagi ka transfer from one border guard into another. Sir nga height sinidire, alin sa ground, patinis babaw ya, galabota siya dire. Almost mga 3 feet. At kaya kung hindi mo sa pag-3 feet pareho kag ang edad niya mga tag-isaks manana, lukso siya. Pag lukso niya, pagwa siya karon nugay siya kung gabi, kag hindi makainitan lawas niya, nugay siya, batyago na gid na. Batyago na gid. Amo na ko nga, we are using what they call the brooding suspension. Kung ang manok namon, we are using what they call the parlous brooding technique. Pero kung direya, wala kami gamit sa brooding suspension. Ini ang capacity sinidire, during the first 2 weeks, it can hold 150 chicks. So kung mga tag 400, imo tibot malon duwagi sinida. Basta ang importante dire, ang pinaka-critical dire is the airflow. Once gani ang hangin dire mag-stagnant, biskan purbahan nyo na. Amo na ko nga, from time to time, sulod ka mo sa housing sa manok nyo, magsulod ka mo sa housing sa manok nyo, hindi ka mo nga pagsulod nyo, biyaan nyo na yun. Puway-way ka, biskan, mga 5 minutes lang. Kaya nga, pag 5 minutes mo, pag batsyag mo na mga tsika, biskan siguruhon mo na. Ang amo niya concentration sa sulod parte, bot na malon, dapat may area kagit sa housing mo, dapat i-open mo so that the ammonia can escape. Otherwise, if the ammonia could not escape, it will lead on sa kuraysa naman.
Good eve, mga kanitib. Magandang gabi po sa ating mga tagapagsubaybay, sa ating followers dito po sa Philippine Native Chicken Web TV, at saka sa ating page, at saka sa may 101.1, the Agri FM station of the Central Philippine University. We are broadcasting live dito po sa may room 201, second floor, R&D Building, Barangay Road, CPU, Haro, Iloilo City, Philippines. This program is managed by the College of Agriculture, Resources and Environmental Sciences dito po sa may Central Philippine University. Headed by our University President, Dr. Chodoroso Robles. Kasama na po yung Chairman of Board Trustee namin, Attorney Bon Lobel Bidona. This is your host, Dr. Jaime C. Cabeles Jr. Nabati po sa inyo ng magandang araw po. So, sama kayo bahagi ng Pilipinas sa ating manitizen na nakantabay palagi. No, magandang araw po sa inyo, magandang gabi po sa inyo, sa ating mga FW dyan sa labas ng Pilipinas. No, magandang araw po sa inyo kung saan kayong bahagi ng mundo. And to our viewers, no, the non-Tagalog, no, speaking the other countries as far as the Africa, no, Thailand and Indonesia, no, here in South and Southeast Asia, and even in Africa region, no, and even in India, no, the followers that we have in India, no, good day for you, and thank you for following the Philippine Native Chicken. And we have that we are sometimes speaking in our own language, but I know that from time to time we are also speaking English, and hope that you can understand also what we are talking or discussing in this program. We may not able to speak directly all in English, but from time to time, hope that the topic that we are presenting, because we are writing it in English, hope it can be of help, no, to those who are the to our followers, no, in other countries. We are now processing the video presentation that maybe in lieu of the seminar, no, will be we are now processing what they call the video presentations, no, of the topic, so that the learning process, no, instead of having the seminar, to those who would like to have the compilation, not the compilation, but the video discussions of the topic on Philippine Native Chicken, no, you can have it, no, in the next few days, no, because we are now on the process of editing it and hoping that before third week of February, no, all will be set, that all the topic that we are discussing will be properly processed, no, into video, and so that you can view it along with the books that we are also selling, the commercial production of Philippine Native Chicken. To those who would like to avail, no, for the PDF copy of the discussion that we have, no, you can contact Ma'am Dana, so that we can send you the PDF copy of the presentation that we are using, no, in this live stream program. This live stream program is in lieu of the face-to-face extension activity of the CPU, because of the COVID-19. We'll be expected to do what they call the face-to-face extension work. That is why that we are doing this live stream program. Ito kasing mahirap pag mag face-to-face kahit na hindi makapag face-to-face no, minsan maka-quarantine po tayo because of we have also encountered some individuals na pupunta po dito na positive, if ever na mag-positive, na loko na pati na kami is subject to quarantine. But it will not limit us no, in doing this live stream program because this is only the one of the means of we have that we can extend more information particularly in the commercial production of Philippine native chicken. Actually, we are doing what we call this series of lectures on the basic ingredient before going down or raising down native chicken. Ito kasi ang kinakailangan natin that before we venture in this kind of project, ito kasing maliit na ingrediente na minsan taken for granted but we know that it is an essential component. And we are doing this one no, so that in a basis para po kahit paano po we can be of help sa ating mga followers dyan no, at sa tagapakinig po ng 101.1 CARES FM. And we are planning that the compilation of the presentations that we have no, gawin nating video pa rin para sa mga gusto na mag-avail ng compiled video presentations ng ating topic. No, you can have it be accessed in the days to come. Because this is one of the items that we missed no, when we discussed then the different production technologies on commercial production of native chicken way back as early as 2014. Kasi ang tingin namin kasi noon that the success of the raising of native chicken is only based on the production technology, pero doon pala kami nagkamali. That is why that we are correcting the error that we have committed then by sharing this information para kahit paano po the possible risk that we'll be encountering in the days to come, no, lalo na po sa ating mga gusto mag-alaga na manok is mapabawas-bawasan po natin. Sa ating mga listeners dyan sa my CARES FM, if you want to join us in the live stream program and then you have what you call the Facebook account, you can search the Philippine Native Chicken. At saka kung makita nyo yung logo ng Central Philippine University, kami po yon. In the last few weeks, we are discussing what they call the planning no, in terms of tawag dito yung mga activity po natin no, in terms of the planning no, layouting no, sa ating designing no, designing and layouting our farm that we first tackled no, about what they call the tawag natin doon is in terms of the objective, no, establishing what they call the objective, no, in the farm, no, and one way and how we can help is that to establish this kind of what they call the processes, no, to put up what they call the farm objective. Isa kasi sa palagi sa nakalimutan po ng mga racers na if they will be putting up the respective farm, ang objective palagi is parang tawag natin ito kasi nagandahan kasi yung mga mata nila sa nakita nila di implement agad sa respective farm, but it must be reconsidered na kung saan po it is not only because of the enticing presentations of the technology, but we must also consider the possible income and the objective that it conform no, with our own objective. Isa kasi yan sa mga nakalimutan natin that because nagandaan po tayo and then we have the money to invest, nakalimutan na natin na dapat pala na i-reconsider po natin no, yung mga tawag dito yung mga item, no, o mga kinakailangan po natin. Because yung objective kasi natin is that it must be go along, no, with the establishment of the farm. Yan kasi ang pinaka malaking consider. It serve as our guiding light, no, in implementing, no, the various project that we have in our own respective farm. And sabi natin noon is that if possible, no, is that we can quantify the objective that we have, no. And kasi karamihan kasi sa OFW o di sa weekend farmers, they establish the farm because the target is to earn, and not only to earn but primarily palaging sa kalimitan marinig mo is that they want to establish the farm because they wanted to help, no, sa kanilang respective area, no, lalo na sa kanilang mga kamag-anak o di kaya sa mga neighbors nila na kahit na paano po yung project is makatulong. Kaya lang problema natin, sabi natin is that minsan we work to help, but ang problema natin is that yung tumatrabaho ba sa atin is having the same objective with us. Minsan kasi yung karamihan kasi ng tao, they are working because of salary, and it is not because na it conforms with your own objective. Iba kasi yung kung bakit na minsan ma-realize mo lang that lalo na po kung ikaw po ay OFW, pag alis mo ng Pilipinas, na gaya ng sabi ng isang seaman sa akin, sabi niya, Dok, pag nandito ko sa Pilipinas, ang manok ko dumadami, but pag umalis ako, ang problema ko is that yung manok ko parang kumakonti ata. Iba kasi ang perspective kasi ng nag-aalaga lang than the owner. Seldom you can find partners, no, in the activity that you are implementing na kung saan po have the same objective with yours. Na kung saan gusto ding na lumago yung project, they can do much or more than to what you're expecting to them. Na parang ganun kasi yan. But sa karamihan kasi nagiging problema palagi is that na they're working because of salary only. So meaning that they don't care, no, kung ano mangyari sa project mo as long as they are earning. No, walang problema kanila. Ang problema lang nila pag hindi mo na pinahiram ng pera kasi nangangailangan sila ng pera. No, parang ganun yan. And that is what I call the reality, no, in implementing or doing projects, no, related to agriculture. No, pag nasa harap kasi yan, no, walang problema, but pag nakatalikod ka, nandoon na yung mga problema. That is why that the objective that we have, no, and preferably we must not implement this kind of project for other person. Kasi pag ginawa mo ang implementation ng project mo, it is because you want to help other person, nakadarating yung panahon na yung palang project mo is not for profit but you are doing what they call the philanthropic activities. Kung philanthropic din lang, pwede bang every year mag-giving ka na lang, no, para at least walang problema sa mga ulo nyo dyan, dahil every year na mamimigay pa kayo ng gift-giving nyo. But if you want your project to be on a business side, learn to separate the business operation with the philanthropic activities. Otherwise, pag minamerge mo yung philanthropic nyo with the business operation, doon na palagi ang lugi ng operation natin. And that is why that if we are implementing project na kung saan ang target natin is to bring income, that is why that nung nakaraang episodes natin that we try to focus na if possible, pwede bang ang gawin nating objective is the income, target income, na kung saan we should not consider others. Tayo muna, kasi mahirap kasi tumulong sa iba pag tayo hindi tayo pala kinakapos din. So gawin muna natin is that na magkano ba talaga ang target income natin, no? Dan live ko dan. The presentation right now is that this is more of what I call the content of the topic that we'll be discussing tonight. Next slide, please. Now, identifying the tawag dito yung the commodity that will be engaging no, in this kind of project. Yun palagi kasi ang kinukonsider natin is that kung maalala pa ninyo yung discussion natin is that na if you are targeting for example a 50,000 net income per month, ang ibig sabihin yan if you have 1,000 you need to earn 50 pesos per square meter. That is per month basis. But as what we have discussed is that as the area of land that you have is increasing, ibig sabihin yung target net income mo per square meter bumababa din. That is why that pwede bang instead of having it on a per hectare basis, can we have it in done be per square meter to make sure that we are utilizing the piece of land that we have to maximize its utilization. Otherwise kasi if you'll be counting that on per hectare na parang hindi ma-maximize and given the price of land today na sobrang mahal, baka kapusin po tayo ng pera except if you have the pleasure of the money in the bank na kung kahit sabihin natin na kahit 150 million kayang-kayang mo bilhin, walang problema yan. But for the middle class like us, na minsan if we can acquire for a land na kung saan po by the millions, parang mahirapan po tayo. And beside, ang isa palagi sa consider natin is that the land that we have, na if possible, do not acquire land na kung saan po ang location is sobrang layo po sa inyo. Isa po kasi yan sa consideration. Maybe at start, parang okay lang because you have the convenience of vehicle to visit your farm. But as the number of months goes on, magiging problema mo later on is that na pag wala pang income sa farm, ang isa palagi sa kinakount mo dyan is that how much fuel will you be spending every time you visit your farm. Kaya nga sabi natin is that na if you can access sa medyo malapit po sa inyo, the better it will be. Para at least yung cost natin in terms of monitoring and visiting the farm will not be as that expensive. Otherwise, kung sobrang layo kasi, you are adding it to the production cost that you have. Now, in terms of income, because you want to earn income, and for example, you have 2,500 square meters or about 1/4 hectare, 2,500 square meters. If you will be targeting an income of about 50,000 per month, yung tanong palagi doon is that do I need to plant or grow high value agri-commodity? Kailangan ba talagang magtanim ka ng mga high value? Ibig sabihin po ng high value, for example, if you're planting broccoli, cabbage, and the like, yung medyo may kamahalan sa market, or maybe asparagus, it depends on your needs. Parang ganun kasi yan. Tandaan natin palagi that hindi naman talagang kailangan yan, but it is on the manner that we should be asking ourselves, aside from asking this one, yung awareness po nyo is in terms po sa supply and value chain. Meaning that before we engage in this kind of project, pwede bang pag-aralan natin muna yung supply and value chain? Ang iba kasi is value chain analysis na lang. Pwede bang from supply and value must be considered? Kasi pag sinabi kasi natin supply and value chain, ibig sabihin po, it may start from the input down to what you call the table, nasa lamisa na po. And along that chain, there is what you call always an opportunity on it. Otherwise kasi pag we'll be doing that kind of analysis that we have, na sabihin natin pasapalaran na lang, yan palagi ang nagiging making consideration natin, na we are venturing into something without a clear understanding of what are the event happening along the chain. Na parang ganon yan. Sa ating pong mga viewers dyan, no, if you found this program informative, no, kindly share po para at least kahit paano po mas papalawak po natin yung mapartingan po natin ng kalaman tungkol dito po na target based objective based on the target income na identifying the appropriate agri-community to establish. Na isa kasi yan sa pinakalaking consideration natin is that the supply chain na from the input side papunta doon sa production, post-harvest, and down to even under the post-harvest, you can have what they call the processing, storage, packaging, down to marketing per se, and down to what they call to the consumption, or what they call the table of the consumers. And that is what they call the supply chain. And every segment of the chain, there is a corresponding value on it. There is a corresponding value on it. Now, if you could still remember, sinabi ko sa inyo noon that the price of chicken from production papunta po sa marketing. Next slide down. Next slide. Now, this is what they call then the example of what they call the supply chain. Supply chain. Parang ganito. We'll be using what they call the Philippine native chicken, as an example. So, meaning that from the input by itself, input, if you'll be raising, for example, native chicken, what are the input needed? Ang isa palagi dyan that if I could remember right, na palagi na for some racer, but not only some racer, but majority of the racer is always complaining. Sabihin na ang price ng patuka hindi po bumababa, but ang presyo ng manok unstable. Marong projection sa akin isang kaibigan ko, sabi niya yung manok in the next few months from 135 baka aabot na yan ng up to 200 pesos per kilo. Now that is the broiler. Those are what they call the consideration, because ang palagi sinasabi natin is that na the prices of product in the market is highly affected or highly volatile, lalo na po sa agriculture. Bakit? The law of supply and demand, malaki kasi ang participation ng law of supply and demand. Pag kaunti yung supply, yung presyo aakyat yan, lalo na pag ang demand umakyat din. Na pag ang supply po kaunti but the demand is greater, ang tendency the price of product will become expensive. But if the supply is limited but the demand is limited, yung price in the market, walang movement, halos yan. Kung maalala pa ninyo ang mga sinasabi ko noon about the various risk in agriculture, parang ganon yan. Pareho sa baboy. Magkano ang presyo ng baboy noon? Aabot lang dito, for example, Lilo, yung 1 kilo is 7 as low as 130 pesos per kilo. Katay na yan. But right now, the price is increasing. Bakit? Because na the time na sobrang mura yung presyo ng hayop because of the COVID. Halos yung karamihan kasi ayaw na mag-alaga because na ang price po bumaba. And beside the presence of what they call the epidemic, for example, the African swine fever, parang ganon yan, na halos there are now cases in Visayas. Noon kasi sa Visayas wala pang cases, but the report there are some cases right now in Visayas, the presence of African swine fever. Parang ganon yan. So the input per se, dapat malaman po natin is that na if we'll be establishing any kind of project, either it is animal or crops, Ano ba talaga ang input? If you are going to account na the cost na whereby input is being attributed for animal, it may range from 60 to 70% of your production cost is the supplemental feeds. Supplemental feeds yan. Ibig sabihin, pag yung presyo ng patoka hindi bumababa sa market yan, but the price of product is decreasing, ibig sabihin po, ang tendency natin is that na mabuti na if you can have the break-even, but if sobrang baba na, baka losses na yung papuntahan dyan. That is the main component of the production. Na kung saan po, the 60 to 70. Yung kung bakit that if you'll be engaging in animal project, is that na pwede bang wag ka muna na pumasok agad, but you must to internalize or to know the every segment of the operation. If the feeds contributed 60 to 70% of the production cost, meaning that the chances of profit that we can have, pwede bang doon sa feed production, pwede bang gawin natin na pwede bang hanap ka muna ng paraan, where I can source out yung feed material, or maybe the lowest possible cost, the least cost possible ng potoka na pwede po nating ma-source out. Parang gano'n niya kasi yan. Kasi if the production cost, mapababa natin ang patoka pala mismo, ibig sabihin po, mas cheaper ang production cost. Ibig sabihin, mas flexible saya. Mas flexible in terms of the pricing, in terms of the market. That is in terms of the operation. In terms of the operation. How about in terms of the investment? Sa input pa lang tayo. Ibig sabihin that in terms of the investment, how much or what are the greater consideration if you will be engaging in Philippine native chicken? Now, this is just an example. Ibig sabihin po, for crops, parang ganon din siya. We are using Philippine native chicken as example para na mas mabilis po ninyo maintindihan. Now, if you are going to ask me, magkano ba, ano ba talaga, Doc, ang pinakamahal na bahagi po ng investment? Because in terms of operation, nandoon na yung patoka that 60 to 70% of it is the feeds. Now, if I am planning to engage or to invest in native chicken production, anong item doon ang pinakamahal? Ang pinakamahal dyan is in terms of what they call the housing. Bakit? Almost 75 to 80% na provided that the land nandoon na is attributed to housing. Parang ganon yan. Ang housing, yun ang pinakamay malaking investment. Not stocks. Not the stocks. Kasi sa manok kasi yung stocks kasi hindi naman ganun ka mahal if you're going to source it out pag makahanap-hanap po kayo ng mabuting source of stock. Now, for example, if we can have it be down conservative as 75%, ano ang basihan diyan, no, in terms of the 75%? That is based on the design that we have at Central Philippine University. Yung kung bakit that we are suggesting with the various design from 3 by 7 meters na design namin yung halos buong housing. Now, we have also what they call the 4 by 8 na housing that is made of locally available materials na kung saan po mayroong ranging yard. We have also the 4 by 8 na kung saan po ang stocking is 10 hens with 2 roosters, ma-ranging yard yan. Mayroon din kaming design ng housing na 4 by 4 feet na kung saan po it used to house 7 hen and 1 rooster, na kung saan ang ranging area is 25 square meter, na hanggang dumating sa punto na kung saan po we have what they call the 50 square meters, 10 meters by 5 meters, na kung saan it can hold about 40 plus feeder stocks hanggang na pumasok doon yung housing na 4x8 pen in a housing, in a pen, but having 5 pens in the housing that can use to hold 35 hens and 5 rooster. Kasi ang tingin natin is that na would like to have it be in the parents condition. Kasi ang tingin natin, we can save. We can save. Ay, doon pala kayo nagkamali. Doon kayo nagkamali. If you would not believe on me, try to do it. Try to compute it. When we compared the cost of that 8x4 pen by 5 pen per housing compared than with that 4x8 housing na kung saan it used to be on a pairings na controlled lang, na that is what they call the yung 4x8, it can load about 14 hens and 2 roosters in a ranging yard na 10 meters by 17 meters long, a total about 170 square meter. If I'm going to tally all the cost from the pen, the mortality, kahit sabihin natin na sa housing pa lang, the housing can be cheaper. Bakit? Kung makita po nyo sa aming mga picture dyan, yung housing na made of wood, at saka yung nipa shingles, at saka yung A-net, Aquanet as the pen. Actually, mas mura yung housing na yan. Ang nagiging malaking gastos dyan is the cost involved in the repair and maintenance. Kasi ang paggala kasi na manok, yung paggalaan nyo kasi na yan, you need to put up a Aquanet, not the A-net. Pag sinabi natin Aquanet kasi, no, yung green ang kulay na parang malaki yung butas, na ganon, hindi yung A-net. Ang A-net kasi, itim yan ang kulay, at saka maliliit yung butas. Hindi, mabilis kasi mapunit yan. Ang gamitin pa natin is the Aquanet. And tanong nyo yan, gaano pa kataas dapat doc yung height ng fencing? It should be not less than 10 feet yung taas niya. Ibig sabihin that if you are going to establish a ranging yard, kasi ang minimum ranging regarding permit, we tried the various limiting from that 10 square meter, ang bawat manok bumaba hanggang doon sa 1 square meter per bird. Ang pinakamaganda doon is that if you have what they call the ranging yard, is the 1:10. Ibig sabihin po, isang manok for a 10 square meter na ranging yard. Kaya lang ang problema natin is that if you have the net as the pens, and the height is 10 feet, ang distance mo, every post mo, if you are going to be using the bamboo, pag hindi pa ninyo treat yung area nyo at saka marami ang anay, doon ang malaking losses nyo. The cost involved. Parang ganon yan. Na minsan, if I'm going to total all the cost of that 10 meter by 17 meters in a housing of 4x8, if I'm going to compare it with the 4x8 pen with 5 pen per housing, mas mura pa yung 5 pen that can hold 40 chickens. Samantala yung isa kasi you need a wider area, but it can only hold about 16. No, 16. 14 na inahin at saka 2 tandang. Yan kasi ang isa sa consideration that from the production by itself. From the production by itself, but the input, investment pa lang yan sa input po natin. Investment in terms of the housing. That is why that sinasabi namin that if you really would like to adopt the technology that we developed dito po sa Central Philippine University, we are recommending the housing that we have yung 5 pen per housing. Mas mura kasi yan. If you are going to use the locally available materials like bamboo, wood, nipa shingles, or coconut shingles, dumidepende na po sa inyo yan. You can but the design, but possibly before using these locally available materials, have it be treated first against termite and bukbuk. Para pa naman yung lifespan or the useful life years ng housing po nyo tatagal po ng konti. Parang ganon siya. Now, the housing by itself. So, ibig sabihin that if in the housing, in the investment that we have, kung mapababa natin ang cost ng housing, meaning it is a part of savings. And beside, we are adding the cost in constructing of the housing, the repair and maintenance, as part of our depreciation expense. Ibig sabihin po, dagdag gastos po yan. Kasi ibig sabihin, if you want to invest something, you want to recover. And how you can recover it? It is through what they call the depreciation expense. That is being added to the cost of your chicken. Input pa lang yan. Now, down in terms of the supplemental feeds, along the value supply chain. You want to raise na sabihin natin kaya nasabi ko kanina that if you really want to raise premiums, kasi ang sasabihin po natin is that na makatipid po kami sa patoka, doon po kayo nagkamali. Bakit? As the area na kung saan po dumalawak yung ginagalaan po ng manok nyo, they need no greater energy. Saan nila kinukuha ang energy? It is on the feed that you are giving. The availability of the scavengable feed resources in the area is highly affected by the season and number of chicken that you are raising. Bakit po? It is because that if you're raising chicken, hindi naman ganon katagal na ang replenishment ng scavengable feed resources. Ang scavengable feed resources, ang ibig sabihin niyan, insekto, damo, o ano pa kayang pwede makita dyan mismo sa paligid o sa ginagalaan po ng manok natin. It will not last. With the number of chicken that we are raising, kahit na sabihin natin 170 square meters with the 16 chicken, maubos pa yan. Ay, naku, kulang yan. Kulang yan. And you can only attain productivity. Kasi ang manok kasi, ang ginagawa niyan is that all the feed or the supplemental feed o tinutuka niya araw-araw, ang una muna niyang pinupunuan po is the daily requirement. Ibig sabihin po, pag malawak yung galaan, they need more energy. Ibig sabihin po, ang mga patuka dapat nagamitin muna nila for ranging or what they call the foraging. That is why that noon kasi when we are recording the feed consumption, umaabot yan hanggang 120 grams per day. Just for you to attain the productivity of 15 eggs per day for every 100 hens. Iba kasi ang productivity in terms of egg production of the native chicken compared with the commercial breed. Yung kung bakit that if you have the native chicken flock na ang isa pa doon, ibalikan po natin kasi you have the flock and you have the input. Kasi yung patoka kasi is one of the input. And we are talking here na kung paano pa natin mapababaan possibly ang production cost. We are reducing the production cost para po naman na yung profit natin mapakyat pa po natin. Parang ganun siya. Now the consumption based on the record that we have is that na yung consumption is that na per bird to attain that 15 eggs per day, they need 120 grams of supplemental feeds. Pinagala mo na para makasave ka. Yun pala ang nangyari, mas tumaas yung gastos po ninyo. Kung parang ayaw nyo ata maniwala, try to do it. Try to do it. Basta yung manok po natin is native chicken. Isa kasi kita namin yan, That is why that the development of the housing design was not developed overnight. It started on 2012, and we only concluded that the design that we have is good on 2018 and 2019. Imagine the number of years we spent on the R&D component of it. Kasi the input that we have, yung supplemental feeds, we are looking at how to reduce the feed consumption without affecting the performance of your plant. Parang ganon yan. Kasi kung babaan natin ang cost ng patoka natin, ibig sabihin po, kahit sabihin natin na, for example, under confined condition on native chicken, it may consume up to 3.25 kilograms before it reaches what they call the marketable weight of about 850 grams. Kung price niyan is 30 pesos, magkano yan? Ibig sabihin po, yung 30 pesos na price niyan, baka 3 kilos in 1/4 kilogram. So, ibig sabihin po, 30 times 390 pesos plus yung 1/4 ng 30, that is almost 97 or almost 100 pesos. Sa patoka pa lang yan. Now, try to consider it. Yung kung bakit that along the chain that we have, dapat po pag-aralan po natin yan. Hindi naman kasi lahat na, kaya nga sabi ko is that na ito kasi yung nakaligtaan namin na to inform the racers then or our trainees then on the various trainings that we have dito po. Kasi pag sinabi nyo kasing Philippine Chicken, basta commercial scale yan, kahit na i-search nyo sa YouTube, o di kaya sa Google nyo dyan, o di kaya sa mga search engine nyo, ang lumalabas palagi nyan is the Philippine Chicken. Yung kung bakit that from that time, once you engage in this kind of project, even in some other agriprenurial undertakings, pili bang pag-aralan mo natin ang bawat segment ng value chain before putting up investment? Para at least you must be aware of it. Kung patoka pala ang 60 to 70%, how I can reduce it? Baka sabihin natin, pwede na yan. Because ang isang katanungan doon is that, how can I reduce the investment cost in housing? Because sabi mo yung investment cost in terms of housing is about 75 to 80%. Kaya nga sabi ko, you can utilize what they call the locally available materials provided that it must be treated. You can adapt the design that we have at Central Philippine University, not necessarily the material. Actually, if you'll be using the material that we are using at Central Philippine University, tatagal talaga yan. Aabot hanggang 10 years yan. Yung kung bakit na the housing of the chicken that we have dito po, mula pa yan sa mga housing namin way back in 2013, 2014. Ganon po katagal na siya. Pero still strong pa rin siya. It's just a matter of us how to redesign it. Kaya nga sabi natin is that na may mga trade-off kasi yan. If you want the cheaper one, use the locally available materials but have it be treated. So at least napababa natin yung depreciation expense natin. Kasi isa kasi yun sa cost natin. If you're going to sell the chicken later on, add-on mo kasi yung depreciation. So the housing, walang problema na. Ang next along the input that we have is the supplemental feeds. So ibig sabihin that the supplemental feeds na yan, ano kaya ang mabuti natin gawin? Maybe you can have it be done na kung saan mag-source out po tayo. Mag-source out po tayo. Ibig sabihin that instead of being dependent on the market for the feeds, pili bang kita na mismo yung gumawa ng patoka. That is why that kung makikita po ninyo in the page that we have, we are posting the feed formulation. Parang ganon. Kung makikita nyo, yun ang mga una kasi may mga formulation. Kaya lang ang problema natin minsan, if we have a limited know-how where to get. ng mga material yan. For example, soya, no, kasi ang soya kasi pag hindi po kayo marunong mag-source out, umaabot ang price per kilo yan. Yung soybean oil meal, not the full-potted soya. Pag sinabi po natin full-potted soya, yung kaka-harvest na dry na, no, at saka igiling mo na lang, at saka gawing patuka, full-potted tawag doon. Yung isa, nung nakuhaan niya na pinigaan na ng oil po, yon ang mas mura. The price may ranges from 30 to even 40 pesos per kilo. Parang ganon. And then, the copra meal, the rice bran. Ang rice bran na gagamit dito is not the rice bran that galing po sa mga mini corn meal. Mini corn meal. Sa mga rice meal natin, but it is what they call the liwan, parang tiki-tiki, yung parang powder rice na sa, parang ganon yan. Mais. And other basic ingredient. Kung makikita po nyo, nakalagay naman dyan sa mga presentation pa namin, na kahit na nakahiligay nun yan, but there is what they call the subtitle, English subtitle for it, na kung saan nakalagay naman ang basic component. Yung kung bakit that is the way and how you can reduce it, the pig cost, hindi doon sa pagala. Hindi doon sa pagala. Para ma-reduce yun po ang cost. Now, how the Philippine native chicken or this page can be of help. Yung kung bakit that if the area, for example, is marami pong mais. During the season ng harvest ng mais po, no, sobrang mura. And then if you have the farm, pwede bang magtanim ka o di kaya bumili ka during the season time? And that is one way how you can help the farmers near the area. Kasi meron kasi kami tatag namin is that the base mix. Ang base mix kasi ang kailangan mo lang yan for every 100 kilograms is that only 30 kilograms. You just add the 70 kilograms of the milled corn. Pili mo lang gamitin. So, hindi ka mahirapan. But we are suggesting that the corn that you'll be using is the whole corn, not the crack corn. Mahal na kasi ang crack corn. If you can access to the whole corn at saka igiling na lang yan, actually, hindi nyo naman kasi kailangan na bumili po ng sobrang mahal na mga feed mill equipment. Impractical yan. We may suggest try to use what they call the mini corn mill. Yung maliit na ginawa-gawang pong para po mag-mill ng mga bigas para po sa lugaw. Parang ganon siya. You can use it. And we have also what they call the but if you can access to the majority of the feedstock that you'll be using, we are also selling what they call the premix. Ang premix naman, ang kailangan nyo lang only is 2.5 to 3 kilograms per every 100 kilogram of the feeds that you'll be promoting. And that is one way and how we can help to reduce the production cost. Kasi pag yung sa base mix kasi, yan kasi ang pinakamabilis na gawin. Basta may mais lang. The final product of it, the price may range from 20 to 25 pesos per kilo. Parang ganon siya. Comparing it with 30 or more than 30 plus pesos per kilo na supplemental feeds in your area. Parang ganon siya. Now that is why that this is just an example, meaning that given the access right now in the technology, I know that marami pang pili nyo mapagpilian. Parang ganon siya. Now back to the slide. Now, if you have what you call the plaque, ang plaque kasi natin yan, you have what you call the nagpo-produce po ng itlog yan. Ibig sabihin that the production cost of the chicken may be lowered if the egg production per day, the hatchability, the fertility will increase. Parang ganon yan. Sa madami kasi ang itlog na produce niya per day, yung kung bakit that we are suggesting what they call the design of Central Philippine University, malaki kasi ang may tulong yan. Malaki may tulong yan in terms of the egg production. Alam niyo, when we implemented that housing na kung saan po na may ranging area, now with the 320 chicken that we have, no, yung una namin na produce is only 3 egg per day. Ganyan po kamahal ang itlog noon kasi. No, parang ganoon kasi yan. But with the recent design, you can even up to 35 and even up to 45% egg production per day for every 100 hen. Parang ganoon yan. Kasi ang target natin is that mapababa po natin ang production cost. Sa housing, patoka, pati yung performances na manok must be considered. That is from the input down to the production side. And what we are discussing right now is under the what we call the production side. Sa production kasi natin, na you have the flock. Ibig sabihin yung itlog, some of that egg, based on the data that we have, not all of the egg is viable for tawag dito for hatching. We are only selecting yung mga itlog na kung saan the weight is about 40 grams and up. And randomly, ibig sabihin for every 100 egg, yung possible na percentage po ng itlog that is viable for hatching is only 85%. 15% of it can be marketed and that will go into the consumers. Parang ganon. Now, the old chicks naman na produce po natin, it can be selected. No? Ang maganda doon, you can select it to become the breeders, but not all of the chicks that you'll be selecting for breeders is pwede gawing pang breeder. Ang iba dyan is can be culled. Yung culled naman na yan, it can be sold out doon sa consumers level natin. No, there is a dressed chicken. Ang mga selected naman, you can have it be sold as breeder stocks sa ibang racers or possibly have it be as replacement. And along the way also, in terms of the 1-day-old chicks, you can have it be grown as a growers down to the dress and down to what they call the processor and what they call the processed product. Now, the aspect na ibig sabihin that in terms of the production, kaya nga along the chain, input, production, and the post-harvest. Now, in terms of the production, paano mapababa yung production cost? Patoka, selection of the good breeder stocks, identifying the appropriate packages of technology, na kung saan po yung mortality po natin is mapababa natin. Kasi if mortality will keep on increasing, baka po aakyat pala pa yung ating production cost. Yung kung bakit that appropriate production technology para naman na ang mortality mapabawas-bawasan natin. And those are what I call the aspect under the production chain. Between production, when it reaches the marketing age, we'll be using the dressed native chicken. It will go into the post-production side. Sa post-production side kasi, if your farm is medyo may kaluyuan po sa inyo and then if you're going to dress your chicken, ang iba kasi under the post-production, sabihin na lang, will be limiting only on the production. Pabayaan nyo na doon, papunta doon sa processor or to the middleman to sell it. So, ibig sabihin, production, marketing na. Wala nang post-production. So, sa marketing yan, ang tanong ngayon, magkano ba talaga ang production cost? Considering all the costs, for example, now using what they call the technology that we have dito po sa CPU, Ang price po or the production cost ng isang manok na about 190 grams, 850 grams to 900 grams. Abot yan ng mga 150 to 160 pesos piraso. Ibig sabihin, if the price of it on a per kilo basis sa live, for example, in the market is 250, ibig sabihin, mga 200 pesos yan. Yung 800 grams, 850 grams. Parang ganon yung price niya. So, meaning you can have the 40 pesos after 3 months. After 3 months po yan. You have 40 pesos per bird. Kaya lang ang naging consideration natin is in terms of what we call the marketing, because all throughout the Philippines, not all of the racers na meron access po sa market. Now, may ibang racers dyan that when they establish their project, na kasi nagandahan sila sa nakita nila, without considering the market na papuntahan yan, under the mercy of the racers. And beside the information flow. Kaya ang sabi ng isang racers from Bicol region, sabi na kung magkano ba ang presyo ng manok yan sa Iloilo. Ay nako sir, umaabot hanggang 250 pesos per kilo yan. Una kasi dito sa amin sa Bicol, that is only 100 pesos, 220. Lugi ka sir. Yung kung bakit that the information flow, the market information flow, in terms of pricing of chicken on different regions is also critical. Kasi pag hindi, ikaw ang racer, di mo alam yung price. Parang lukuhin ka lang ng middleman because hindi mo alam yung price. Kaya nga kahit dito sa Iloilo, during the COVID, at the height of the COVID, yung bintahan na manok na mga taman yung tag namin doon is yung 850 to 900 grams. Umaabot hanggang 160. Magkano bintahan yan sa kalendarya? 300 pesos. Now, try to imagine how much cost entail in transporting the chicken from the farm or from the racers to the processors. Ikaw as the racer, following the technology of Central Philippine University, in 3 months time, you earn 40 pesos. But for the trader, in just a matter of few days, from 160 to 300 or 140 to 300, ibig sabihin, they have a margin of about 160. Kahit sabihin natin na magmastos pa sila ng 40 pesos or 50 pesos, how much they earn sa ilang araw? More than 100. More than 100. Ikaw, 3 months, 40 pesos. Sila, few days, more than 100. Parang ganon kasi ang sequence niyan. We need also to help middleman, but not in the sense na ikaw, trabaho ka ng trabaho sa manukan mo for 3 months and just earn 40 pesos compared with that 100 plus pesos in just a matter of few days. Saan ang mathematics doon? Now, if the chicken will be processed, how much it will be earned? It depends on the processor. Ibig sabihin, if the processor po is more on the average, baka aabot niya ng 400 pesos. Ibig sabihin po, yung manok niya, no, either ihaw, tinula, or lechon manok, and others. No, ibig sabihin, if you're going to buy it by 300 pesos, meron siyang 100. Ibig sabihin, kahit nagastusan pa niya ng 50 pesos, he had the 50 pesos. Just a matter of 1 day sa isang manok. Ikaw, as racer, you spend 3 months for your 40 pesos. Now, from that 140 to 400 pesos, along that chain, sino ang kawawa? On the middle or on the both ends? Raiser and consumers. That is why that if you'll be engaging in any agripreneur undertakings, because you have a target income, at saka alam mo na yung cycle or the chain by itself, ano kaya mabuti mong gawin? Tanungin mo na kaya sarili mo dyan. Raising chicken in 3 months, earning 40 pesos. Yung kung bakit na sa kalimitan, kung karamihan ng mga raisers sabi, mas mabuting pag bumili na lang ng manok. Pag lahat tayo bumili ng manok, sino mag-alaga? Parang ganon yan ang sequence niyan. That is why that because you have an objective in your farm, tingnan mo kung along the value supply and value chain, saan po kayo dapat pumasok. Ang advantage mo kasi if you're the one raising the chicken, kaya nga palagi sabi ko is that na I know what kind of chicken I am producing. At saka ang advantage mo doon, because ang quality ng manok mo stable because you're the one raising it. Yung kung bakit that if you'll be engaging from the production down to marketing po, yung post-harvest po must be considered. Paano pa natin katayin ng manok? Paano pa natin i-store? Paano pa natin process? Tandaan natin that in every segment of the value chain, there is always a risk on it. And every opportunity that we are receiving, it is because we face the risk. Hindi naman kasi pwede na naalala ko kasing na-post ni Sir Jason Kada, sabi, maraming gustong kumita ng milyon, pero gusto mag-invest ng maliit. No, in short na parang ayaw ng risk to face the risk. Pagpatuloy nyo lang, walang mangyari sa buhay natin pag ganon. With this kind of situation that we have on 2020 and 2021, sana po gumising na po tayo sa katotohanan. The demand is there. Ibig sabihin po that if the raisers can connect directly to the consumers, it can further reduce the price. Yung kung bakit sabi ko na when we are selling the dressed chicken dito po sa Iloilo, sabi, sir, pag yung price nagbaba by 250, we can add a number pa. But at 275, medyo mahal-mahal pa. That is a direct marketing style. Kaya nga sabi natin is that part in direct marketing channel. Because that profit and that different segment must be considered with the area of land that you have. Kasi pag ikaw ang nag-produce, ikaw ang nag-process, ikaw ang nag-market, would you think that 50 pesos per square meter target income is impossible? Hindi siya impossible. Nagiging imposible lang siya if we are not creative and innovative. If we are not risky enough to face the consequences. Kaya nga sabi namin that yung first part kasi ng lecture series natin, we tackled on how to identify, manage, and control risk associated in agripreneurial undertakings. Yung kung bakit iuna namin yan para at least you have the idea of what are the risks that possibly you can encounter. Again, if you found this program informative, kindly share it sa mga kilala po nyo na sa tingin po nyo makatulong po tayo. Kung may mga katanungan po kayo, kindly write it in the comment section po para na at least before we end this program, no, masagot po natin yung mga katanungan nyo. And another thing, no, pakisulat po ang location nyo para at least we can acknowledge you po. Sa hindi pa nakapag-click ng follow button, kindly click the follow button para every time that we will be having this lecture series po, you will be immediately notified, no, by the Facebook, no, kung saan naka-live na po kami para at least kahit paano po you can join us, no, in the live stream program. Ito kasi ang problema namin dito kasi because na we cannot control the nangyari mismo sa loob dito mismo sa amin yung market na intermittent yung live stream program namin because we are also doing medical right now. Now, busy kasi kami dito in terms of the researches for the phytobiotics yung bakit that pagod. We need also to take a rest para kahit paano pang makaregain. That is why that basta may mga live stream program pa kami na ang ginagawa po namin dito is that we are creating the event para at least you will be notified. And aside from that, now if you can click the follow button, I know that you will be immediately notified every time na meron po kaming live stream program. Ito kasi ang pamaraan namin para na kahit paano po na makatulong po tayo. And then sa mga not on the real time na nag-view po ng program namin, thank you. I know that your number is increasing. Makikita kasi dito sa number of views that we have. Thank you for the trust and confidence at Central Philippine University. Ang pag-view po niya ng program po namin is one way na ma-motivate po kami that to keep on going in promoting po the commercial production of Philippine native chicken. I know that some of the group na kung saan po devoted ang Philippine native chicken, na I know that hinahanap na kasi para nawala na ata, but this page as we have promised, we are here now to help the Philippine native chicken industry through scientific innovation po. Kay Sir Nick Lial, dyan sa may New York. Sir Nick, magandang araw po dyan sa inyo, Sir Nick. At saka kay Sir Sandy Di Manuel, dyan sa may Canada. At saka sa, kalimutan ko yung kapatid ni Sir, sa may Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Sa mga Di Manuel brothers, dyan sa may labas po ng Pilipinas, magandang araw po sa inyo dyan. Kay Sir Rex Sombilio, Sir, yung bahay naman na nakita mo kanina, Sir, talagang dumi, Sir. Talagang papunta sa ilalim yan, Sir. And we are growing African hito po sa ilalim yan. Ang intention talaga po is to be the bidders. Yung bakit na yung dumi kasi ng manok na yan, mahirap kasi, Sir. Mabigat kasi palipat-lipat ng kunino pa yung dumi ng manok at saka isabog doon sa may i-broadcast doon sa palayan. So one way na makatipid-tipid, Sir, sa trabaho, Sir, yung manok mismo nilagay doon sa palayan, binat housing, para, Sir, at least yung dumi niya pinang mag-scatter doon mismo sa loob ng area, Sir. And one way na, Sir, na talagang organic talaga. And then hindi na po kayo mahirapan na mag-spread po ng dumi ng manok, Sir. Because na talagang tumutulo sa ilalim yan. At saka sa ilalim naman may mga African hito naman doon that is responsible for spreading it. Kasi yung paggalaw kasi nila dyan, that is one way that it could create waves na kung saan po yung decomposing na part ng excreta po makalat po sa buong farm, Sir Sombilio. Kay Sir Richard Ignacio watching in Al-Khobar, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Sir Richard, magandang araw po dyan sa inyo. At saka sa aking ever supportive na nanay, na palagi nakapalo kasing nanay ko, si Nanay Opilia Cabarres, dyan sa may Saraga, Iloilo. At saka kay Sir Rico Suyak, no, dyan sa may Kingdom of Saudi Arabia also, no, Mahmoud Ricongco. At saka sa kababayan ko, kay Sir Hermie Calaor, no, magandang araw po sa inyo, Sir Hermie Calaor. At saka kay Sir Job Pirolino, no, pinapa-shout out pala ni Sir Job na congrats na sa mga kanitib natin na membro po ng Golden Eagle Gun Club, no, Golden Eagles Gun Club for the successful first level 1 fun shot held at Barangay Igang, Pototan, no? Whereby it is participated by the Eagles Gun Club, no? Kasama na po si Sir Job Pirolino at saka yung under the group, no, the Region 6 Gun Club and the LTO Region 6, taga LTO dyan, no? Thank you for viewing also, no, our program, and congratulations, no, sa ginanap po ninyong Golden Eagles na Gun Club dyan sa may pawn shop na held nyo po dyan sa may Barangay Igang na Pototan, Iloilo. At saka kay Lindoro, no, magandang gabi po sa inyo, Lindoro. At saka kay Sir Mario Quezon. Sir Mario Quezon, paki-connect po kay tawag dito kay Sir nakalimutan ko na dan. Sino ba yung sa Batangas? Kay Sir Rick Losoriaga. Sir Rick, pasensya po. Tumatanda na kasi. Sir Mario, if possible, you can connect with Sir Rick Losoriaga because mayroon ako makontak sa amin dito in Iloilo that they wanted about 1,000 day-old chicks na native chicken every month, sir. Kung makakonect pa kayo, i-try natin kasi they are working it right now. Nakakontak sa akin, sir, if possible, may ipasa na namin dyan sa inyo because the location also is in Batangas. No? Tanong-tanong sa kasi sa akin, sabi niya, sir, Doc, pwede bang makapag-supply? But sabi ko, sa ngayon po, alanganin. And because we are also realigning our operation, sabi ko, dyan sa may Batangas, may mga growers po na native chicken dyan. No, I can connect you, sir, na with that prospect buyer so that kayo na po ang bahala no, to talk about the supply. Because the requirement is about 1,000 day-old chicks of native chicken. Kay Sir Ricardo Locosriaga, sir, partly they wanted to have what they call the darag. I know that mayroon po kayong darag dyan na siguro you can connect them. Actually, sir, taga Iloilo din yan na also residing right now in Batangas. Na sa if possible, you can inventory all the stocks that you have at saka yung possible day-old chicks production po ninyo para po naman mai-connect po namin kayo sa kanila, sir. Kay Sir Gerald Bangkaya na watching from Tacrong, Sultan Kudarat. Sir, kamusta dyan po sa inyo, sir? At saka dyan sa may 10th Infantry Battalion, Philippine Army, headed by Brigadier General Basiao. Sir, magandang gabi po sa inyo, sir. And thank you for viewing the Philippine Native Chicken. At saka po sa ating mga hukbong sanatahan ng Pilipinas na I know that you are watching also with our live stream program, either on the recorded one. Thank you for the trust and confidence. Sana pag nag-retire pa kayo sa serbisyo, you can engage also in raising the Philippine Native Chicken. And hope no dyan kay Brigadier General na Basiao dyan sa may 10 Infantry Battalion in Region 11. Sir, thank you for the trust and confidence na to Central Philippine University. At saka kay Manasseh Claudel, no, watching from Central Mindanao University. No, magandang gabi po dyan sa inyo, Manasseh Claudel. kamusta po yung tawag dito yung sampin chicken natin dyan, sir? Ma'am, no? Hope that the sampin chicken, the standardized chicken of Zamboanga Peninsula, no, sana po makapag-take off yan, no, katulad ng the rag chicken of Western Visayas. Tanda ba natin palagi is that please help, no, the Philippine native chicken that we have. No, kasi yung Philippine native chicken all throughout the country po, sobrang dami po ng phenotypic group niyan. Ang Darag, Bisaya, and Hulu is just a number of part of it. And the Sampin chicken standardized out of the Basilan chicken of the Zamboanga Peninsula. Kay Sir Jason Kaday. Sir Jason, hope that in the next month, no, makasama na po namin kayo dito, no, sa may Philippine native chicken, Sir Jason. At saka kay Sir Chris Insyo. Sir Chris Insyo, thank you sa may watermelon. Nasa sandiya mo, Sir Chris Insyo. At saka kay Sir Brian Barona, dyan sa may Davao. Sir, kamusta, sir? Nakapag-align na po tayo ng operation natin sa native chicken. Hope, sir, na patuloy po tayo dyan. No, in behalf of the pandemic that we encountered last year and even right now, we are still experiencing the economic bombardment of that COVID-19. Hope na yung project natin, sir, tuloy-tuloy pa rin. Kay Sir Juno, no, magandang gabi din po sa inyo, Sir Juno. Saka kay Francisco Jun, watching from Isabela. Magandang araw po dyan sa inyo, sir. Kamusta po yung huluhano dyan sa lugar po ninyo, sir? I know that in the northern part of the Luzon, no, ang pinakamarami kasi dyan is yung manok Tagalog at saka yung huluhano chicken. Naalala ko kasi yung joke, Sir Francisco, sabi daw is that na yung manok Bisaya, pag nakapunta ng Luzon, nagiging manok Tagalog na. No, at saka yung manok na hulo dito, pag pumunta ng Luzon area, naging huluano chicken na. At saka sa aking innovative at saka creative na estudyante, kay Sir GB, kasama na yung mga kasamahan niya yan, no? Kay Ma'am Nelty Katunaw, at saka kay Miss Tobisa, at saka kay Miss Galbe, no? Diyan sa my house number 3. At saka sa aking idol, no, kay Sir Harold, no, at saka kay Ma'am Welna Canyunaso, diyan sa may Santa Barbara, Iloilo. Magandang gabi po sa inyo diyan. Kay Newdy Adlan, watching from Tacloban. Pakitingin-tingin na dyan sa paligid po ninyo, Newdy, because may balita ata na first recorded African swine fever case po ay dyan sa may Leyte po. Na counting ingat po dyan, no, because that African swine fever po parang COVID-19 yan. At saka kay Junel Rana, na magandang gabi po sa inyo, Junel. Kay Albert Magno Castro, di po ba pwede i-control ng government yung price niyan? Actually, Sir Robert, isa yan sa problema because I remember the time when the time of Secretary Alcala, no, kung maalala po nyo sa Secretary Alcala, actually isa sa mga katiwala po ni Secretary Alcala, pumunta talaga dito sa may Iloilo, dito sa Merisio Station, and asking me magkano ba talaga ang price ng Philippine native chicken. Kaya lang problema natin, Sir Albert, it is governed by the tawag dito yung law of supply and demand, sir. That is why that we are sharing this technology, sir, para kahit paano po makatulong po tayo sa inyo, sir, na maibsan po yung mga possible risk, lalo na po sa price po ng produkto natin sa native chicken. Kay Mac Anilom, no, watching from Davao Oriental, na magandang gabi po sa inyo, Mac. at saka sa isang idol ko pa, no, kay Sir Elser at saka Cecilia Sablaon dyan sa may Aninii Antique. Na magandang gabi po sa inyo dyan, Sir Elser at saka Ma'am Cecilia Sablaon. Kay Pahe Castro, yes sir, naka-hardbound yan sir. And right now, we are planning na sir na aside from the hard copy po, baka matapos namin yung compilation of the lecture na kung saan po naka-video talaga. We'll be including that video and that book para maging complete guide na ninyo and the raising of Philippine native chicken. Yun ang ginagawa pa namin ngayon on the process pa sir, but hoping that before February end, no, may palabas na namin yung video na yan. No, that is a video presentation of the technology to be developed dito po sa CPU. Para at least there will be a complementation between the book and that video, sir. Naka-hardbound sir ang 2,500 at saka pre-shipping na po yan through GNT po all throughout the Philippines, sir. At saka kay Sir Homologianan yan sa may Metropolis. Kamusta sir? Kailan na balik natin sir sa trabaho sir? Kay Junel Rana, no? Actually yung price kasi na manok dito in terms of the dressed chicken sir, kung sa amin sir dito is 275, yung live weight niyan sir is 850 grams. But kung puntahan mo kasi sa wet market sir, umaabot yan hanggang 300 to 350 pesos yung isa sir, nakadress na sir. Provided that yung laman loob sir, yung gizzard at saka liver sir, nandoon yan sir, yung lieg hanggang ulo, pati yung paa sir. Kasi yan ang signature kasi na pag-dress po sa native chicken sir. Sa inyo dyan sir, magkano pang price ng native chicken yan sa inyo sir? Kay sa aking idol na chaplain, kaibigan ko noon pa, kay Reverend at saka Secretary General po ng Convention of Philippine Baptist Churches na kay chaplain and Reverend Dr. Reverend Narciso Gerson Narciso diyan sa may Pabia. Magandang gabi po sa inyo chaplain. Tawag ko kasi chaplain kasi siya ang chaplain namin noon dito sa may Central Philippine University at saka siya po ang Secretary General po ng Convention of Philippine Baptist Churches. Hope chap na yung mga stocks na binigay po namin dyan, it will continue to prosper para makatulong po sa simbahan. And hoping sir na baka by the end of January, we are still discussing with one of our growers po, yung sa Philippine Pig project naman sir, para po kahit paano po ang CPU na makatulong po dyan sa may CBCP po, na Convention of Philippine Baptist Churches. Magandang gabi, thank you po. At saka regards lang pa dyan sa aking amiga, kay Ma'am Midi Narciso dyan sa may Pabia. Magandang gabi po sa inyo dyan. At sa aming alumni, BS in Agriculture, major in political business, kay SB member, Eusebio Boy Villavicencio dyan sa may Oton, Iloilo. Magandang gabi po sa inyo ng Boy. This is what I call the commitment of our college na tuloy-tuloy pa rin sir na pagtulong po sa nangangailangan. Thank you also sir Boy, Boy, for the trust and confidence na dito po sa The Philippine Native Chicken. Kay Sir Harold, tingnan po niya baka yung kulay ang discoloration, sir. Isa kasi yan sa indicator na kulang ang nutrition. May sakit ang manok po ninyo. At saka baka po may mga bulati po sa loob ang manok po ninyo, sir. Isa kasi yan sa mga indicator, sir. At saka kung sobrang ginaw naman, sir, kasi ang problema kasi pag malapad yung palong, sir, 30% of the heat produced in the body is being emitted in the comb. Yung kung bakit na pag ginaw, sir, baka nangingitim kung parang bluish yung palong ng manok mo sa ginaw yan, sir. Walang problema, chap, as long as this the CPU can be of help sa ating pong mga pastor diyan. I know that I know kasi na hindi naman kasi lahat ng pastor pinanayaan ng community na medyo may angat sa buhay. Hope that ang pinapadala po namin dyan through CPU po, makatulong po sa inyo, Pastor. We are always here po para sa inyo po, Pastor. At saka sa Camp High Ground. Kung ano po matulong namin, as long as makaya po namin, don't hesitate to contact us anytime. Our support will always be with you, Chaplain Narciso. Kay Sir Junel Rana, sa Bilison para dito is 240-270 yata ang dressed chicken. Parang ganon, sir, kasi depende kasi yan sa location. Pag yung location kasi kaya we'll be continue discussing na, sir, baka bukas or anytime na bakante pa ako, I can discuss further, Sir Junel. Pag yung kulay po ng iskrita po ng manok po nyo is pula, sir, tingnan nyo, sir, baka mayroong ikulay yan, sir, kasi indicator siya ng ikulay. O di kaya yung isa doon is yung bulate, sir, na kung ang tingnan po niyo, sir, pang yung manok nyo po is parang walang ganang lumaki, yung kasamahan niya halos malaki na siya, maliit pa rin, ibig sabihin, sir, baka may ikulay yan, sir. O di kaya pag yung dugo naman doon sa kanyang iskrita po, at saka nangingitim yung paligid ng mata niya, at saka yung sa paa niya naman, sir, yung scale doon is dry at sarang ngayat, sir, baka may internal parasite yan, sir. Yung kung bakit that we are suggesting if possible, every month you can have it be dewormed using what they call natural dewormer. Kahit na, sir, na sabihin natin because you are in Bilison, you can use what they call the coconut toddy, yung tuba, sir. You can use it as a dewormer, sir. Buwan-buwan, sir, bigyan yung manok nyo, sir, para at least kahit paano po mabawasan yung cases ng ikulay at saka yung internal parasite, sir. Tama yan, sir. It is, kay Sir Harold, it is because na kung saan po very sensitive sila sa ginaw, sir. Tandaan natin that the single comb na 30% ng init po lumalabas yan sa comb nila yan. That is why that kung malamig yung lugar, dapat hindi single comb ang alagaan po natin, dapat P-comb kasi nako-conserve yung init. Ganon. So again, ang time natin medyo naubos na. At least kahit paano po, sa mga hindi pa nakapag-click ng follow button, kindly click the follow button para every time na meron po kaming mga live stream program, you will be automatically notified. At saka po, pasensya konti pag hindi ito stable pa yung actually yung bandwidth namin stable na ang problema namin because we are still on the process of doing so many researches dito po sa CPU sa ngayon. That is why that I could not be every day in this live stream, but as I promised na every time na bakante pa ko na kami ni Ma'am Dana, will be posting event para at least alam nyo na we will be doing what they call the live stream. Again, if you found this program informative, kindly share it sa mga kakilala po ninyo. Sa mga nagre-review po ng program namin, not on the real time, the recorded one, we are thanking for the trust and confidence that you have given to the Philippine Native Chicken lalo na po sa may Central Philippine University. In behalf of our President, Dr. Teodoro Robles, at saka sa aming Chairman of Broadcasting, Atty. Bon Lobel Bidona, kasama na po ang ating technical dito, si Ma'am Dana Marie Estoy Gabasa. Ito po niyong host at kaibigan, Dr. Jaime C. Cabez Jr. na bati po sa inyo na magandang araw, na magandang gabi. God bless and keep safe always. See you naman sa susunod na episode po ng program natin.